Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. I'm on 10. Hello, I'm M&T. I got the recipe. I got the flow. I got the remedy. I know they do. I know they envy me. Feet on the floor. What they gonna say now? We came along from last place. Bottom to top of the fast pace. Out of this surf, I get touchdown. I take a loss, get it back.
What it do, fam? You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene and Bowie TV Baltimore Ravens pregame show. The Baltimore Ravens will be taking on the New York Jets. I'm Wole, and I'm getting set to introduce our dynamic Ravens beat reporter, Carita Parks. But before we get into all that, we got to knock out some logistics. Hey, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. You can make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene and Bowie TV YouTube channels. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. Each super chat will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Also, join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right, here's the rundown. I'll chat with Bowie TV's Ravens beat reporter Carita Parks live from M&T Bank Stadium. Carita will provide us with her keys for a Ravens victory and drop her game predictions. Then finally, we'll provide some Ravens prop bets. All right, live from M&T Bank Stadium, we have founder of Double Take Sports and Bowie TV's Ravens beat reporter Carita Parks live with us from the press box. What is good, Carita? What's good?
It's game day.
It's game day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cannot complain.
You cannot. I know. Look, right? You're back home. You're like it's home now.
You know what I'm saying?
You're back home. So, like we first off, since you haven't been there, like since they've been on the road for a while. From the press box and from like just the atmosphere and the energy in the stadium, what would you say is there any difference from today being 5-5 from that Bears game where they needed that win? Do you see any difference within the fans and the atmosphere at the game?
I definitely feel like there's a lot more people here today.
Okay.
The last few home games, it was a little rough going, but it definitely looks like the fans are back tapped in and engaged. So that's always a good thing.
Okay. I was curious about that. Like I was curious about that, seeing if that was going to be a thing. So in terms of like we always ask this question, any notable actives, inactives?
The inactives is pretty much what it's been the past couple weeks. Keon Martin. He got hurt last week, apparently, in the Browns game, so he had to stay in Cleveland to get some tests done.
Wow.
He turned out to be fine, but he's not playing today. He was he's big on special teams, and then with Marlon out last week, he was kind of filling in there. So I would say that's a little notable. Also, something to watch is Emory Jones. He's a guard. They've been asking about him literally all season. So it looks like it's a possibility he could either play today, whatever. He's active. And that's something to watch because he's a guard. And, the offensive line, even though Coach Harbaugh has been pretty dedicated to it, Lamar has been getting sacked a lot. Yes. So we shall see if they make any changes or adjustments. Lamar don't really call out anybody, but he kind of did this week when someone had pointed out he had been sacked 23 times already compared to 23 times last season, period. So he was like, I'm gonna have to talk to my offensive line about that. And he don't usually say that. So I think that puts everything on notice. Like he's probably like, I'm tired of getting hit.
Yeah, I know he was being real coy with it. I thought, like, wait a minute, is he sending y'all the message, like giving y'all hints?
I felt like low key that was a hint. That's how
it felt like. It felt like it. If you read between the lines, it's like, all right, y'all, get it together.
Like I said, he don't really do that. Yeah, so I think that unless he tried to send a message.
Yeah, I think message received.
I think so.
So Carita, what do you see as the most critical matchup for the Ravens against the Jets. Against the Jets, and what would help them get a win today? Like, what's that critical matchup they need to win for them to be successful today against the Jets?
Well, it might be a bit different, but I feel like quarterback, because the Jets are switching to Tyrod Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when a new quarterback comes in, it breathes new life into a team.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want that to happen.
Sure.
So you don't want to be the team that the Jets find some jush with. So I think it's going to be very important to make sure that they keep Tyrod Taylor at bay, because if they're able to do that, I think it will, like I said, not give the Jets an opportunity to find some new life.
Yeah, was that a talking point this week while you were there? While you were at Ravens practice and whatnot.
Not really, because I'm gonna be honest with you. People were still pretty caught up on the Mark Andrews touchdown, and I feel like that was such a topic of discussion last week, and that kind of worries me a little bit, because I'm like, let's not fly under the radar with this game. Now, they did bring up Tyrod Taylor, not in the sense that he would bring, not that he would breathe new life, but just that he's the quarterback this week, and he was a teammate of Zach Orr. So that definitely came up, and Zach Orr made a good point. Zach Orr was like, Tyrod is disciplined and he studies. And so, he was a starter at one point in this league. Yeah. So I it came up as far as Tyrod Taylor a couple of times, but in general, I didn't feel like there were any big storylines this week at practice as it relates to the Jets. And that's no shade that's no shade on the team. That's just based on the questions that are asked. And there were still a lot of questions about Mark Andrews' touchdown.
That's wow. Do you feel like the team is taking the Jets seriously? Do you feel like?
I feel like the team is, for sure.
Okay.
I think they understand that this is another game that they could keep. They're back home. They want to win in front of their fans, give their fans something to be happy about. So they definitely are taking it seriously.
Yeah, and it should be.
I just feel like it's one of those games that nobody's really talking about it like that. And I'm not talking about the players. I just mean in general, you just don't get that same buzz that you get around different matchups like the Browns. That's a divisional matchup, so obviously there's a storyline there, but I didn't really feel like there were any big storylines that came out this week as far as the Jets are concerned. So I just don't want it to be a team that not the players but fans and everybody else is dismissing, because we just don't know.
Yeah, but the main thing is you're not getting that energy from the players, though. We haven't got that energy.
No, I think they take. I mean, truthfully, I do feel like they take every game seriously, and especially right now, they're trying to get over 500.
Okay. So, all right. Well, you know what? I mean, how do you feel? How do you feel about the defense in this matchup? Again, we've talked about how they've kind of turned the corner. Right now, how confident you are in this defense to kind of hold down Tyrod Taylor, Breece Hall, and company?
I feel pretty confident that they can do that as long as they don't regress. They should be able to definitely. I feel like they should be able to win this game convincingly as long as they don't digress. Now, I would say I'm more concerned probably about how fast the offense starts and that those red zone issues. They get touchdowns.
So for you, and just all in all, in a synopsis, like what's the key to it for a victory for the Ravens for you?
I definitely think that this is a game where the offense needs to find their rhythm. And while they are able to win with field goals, I think this is a game where they need to establish getting more touchdowns, because we think about all the field goals that they've been getting over the past week, like those could have been a rack of points if they were able to score in the red zone. So I would personally like to see that. I think back to what we said, the defense continue to keep your foot on the other team's neck, continue. Now, I will say there were a lot of defensive guys who didn't practice Wednesday. There were a lot of guys that didn't practice Wednesday. And I think a lot of that has to do with trying to preserve them for Thursday night as well, like making sure that there's no major injuries and guys are kind of resting their bodies because they have to turn around again and play on Thursday. But there were a lot of defensive guys that were out. So hopefully everybody is 100% because it was some key guys. It was Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith. I can't remember everybody else off the top of my head, but it was some key guys on defense that were out. So as long as everybody's healthy, then I think the defense can continue to just oppose their will. And then Derrick Henry, I feel like this is a game where Derrick Henry should be able to get.
Yeah, he should get loose. I'm with you. He should get loose. I'm with you. Derrick Henry should get loose. I'm with you on that. He should. This is definitely.
I feel like that should be something that can happen today.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So give me a prediction. Give me a score prediction. What you got?
Score prediction. Ooh.
We haven't done one of these in a while.
I know. I'm trying to just recall what have the Ravens been able to do lately. They haven't been scoring very high.
I know they haven't. They haven't been home. They haven't been home in a while though, too.
No,
this is Lamar's first home game. This is Lamar's first home game in a while, right? Because Tyrod had the last. Snoop had the last home game against the Bears, right? So yeah, this is like he's gonna be geeked.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say 35-14.
I like that score, Carita. I think that's a very fair score. I think you're welcome. You're very welcome. No, I agree with you. I think it's gonna be lopsided. I will ask you this question before we get into the prop bets. How disappointing would it be if it wasn't like a dominating effort for the Ravens? Like if they struggled against this Jets team that's like to me is in disarray. Like how would that come across? I know a win is a win, but how would that come across to you?
It would concern me because if this team is able to continue to be on this route, they still have their eyes on the postseason. The postseason is when it gets tough again. Yeah. And you can't, if you're struggling against teams that are really not winning right now or are struggling, trying to still find their identity, all kinds of things. Like if you are struggling against a team like that, it concerns me about what you would be able to do in the playoffs, but not just the playoffs. I mean, you still have some tough divisional games coming up. They have the Bengals on Thursday. Yeah. And I think 2 weeks after that, they have the Bengals again. And then they have the Steelers somewhere in there twice. So they have two tough divisional opponents twice coming up. So it would concern me. Yeah. A win is a win, but I'd be concerned about, okay, if you have to play a team that's a little bit more difficult. Yeah. What are we going to see?
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a game where, like, not to be disrespectful to the Jets, but they're going through a lot. I look at this game like, the Jets are like a homecoming opponent for like when a team with a good team, when you want to have that good homecoming vibe, and you want to beat down on the squad and everybody happy cheering, like the Jets seem like they fit that bill. You know what I mean? And I think that, and also like the Jets are coming in this situation at the right time for the Ravens. And what I mean by that is not just their play and they're having a backup quarterback come in and try to steal a game in Baltimore. But you got, again, I mentioned this, you got Lamar's first home game since the injury. He's never been there in such a long time. He's gonna be excited. The team's gonna be excited, especially being 5-5 and just getting an opportunity to get back to 500 and have an opportunity to turn this thing around. I think the focus will be there because they played some teams where, that to me, like the Cleveland Browns, even though that was a close game, but that was a team that was struggling. They took care of business. So I think they're prepared for it, to your point. I think they're prepared for it. So let's go to some prop bets. You mentioned Derrick Henry. So go add on.
I just thought about this. One thing I think is important to watch though is Lamar. Lamar has had a couple injuries, different ones. Like obviously the hamstring, then it was like knee soreness, and then he was out this week, and they said it was an ankle. So I would just kind of I think watching how he moves, especially with that ankle, is going to be key because that could be a factor potentially.
Very good point. Very good point. Oh yeah, what's up, Magic Man? I forgot. Yeah, you at the game? Okay, I see you. I enjoy that.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. See, look, even Magic's at the game. You know, they feeling good.
That's
right
what
now.
I'm saying.
You know, folks are feeling good.
I told you it felt like it was a lot more people here.
I know. I believe it. I believe it. All right, you mentioned Derrick Henry prop bets. Derrick Henry over under. Derrick Henry running for 87.5 rushing yards. So let's just say 88 yards in general.
I feel like based on what I said earlier, it should be over.
Over it. And side note, Carita got both of her over unders correct last week. So I want to make sure I give her flowers. Both. She got Zay Flowers, I think over 58, 58 yards, and he was over that. And I believe it was who was the other one? It was Derrick Henry. Actually, it was Derrick Henry over I think Derrick Henry may have been 70-some yards, and you went over, and he got 100. He had 100. So so
because he had that big 59-yard run.
Look, man. Look, it's for the gamblers. That don't matter. They ain't worried about that. They worry about that.
I ain't mad. You get it how you get it.
Exactly. Facts. All right. Yeah. Party's over. But party's over, Bubba. 2-9. Party's over, Bubba. 2-9. Yeah. What's the Jets record? They're 2-8. Yeah, be 2-9. That's right.
Oh, he was talking about the Jets. Okay.
Yeah. Jets will be 2-9. Yeah, Jets will be 2-9. Yeah, Jets will be 2-9. Jets. Yeah, that's about right. I believe in that. All right. So anytime touchdowns, will Mark Andrews get a touchdown against the Jets?
I think so. That's Lamar's guy.
Okay. All right. So y'all hear it. Mark Andrews gonna get a touchdown. Derrick Henry's gonna be over 100. Over 88 yards.
They're still down Rashad, so that makes it even more likely.
What's up with his injury? How serious is it?
It's a high ankle injury.
Ooh, so that takes time. That's like a month. Okay.
Yeah, Coach Harbaugh claims he might be able to play on Thursday, but
how many? He's already missed 2 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got at least 2 more games to miss. At least 2 more games. I mean, you know what? Medicine's better, but usually high ankle sprains get you out for a month. Usually
it was from the hip drop tackle.
Yeah, trash. I'm telling you, them tackles are trash. They're trash. All right, well, Carita, how can folks catch your content and catch you on social media and also check out your great work with Double Take Sports?
You can catch me on social media at Carita Parks on all platforms. Also, my Ravens work is additionally on Bowie TV Sports at Bowie TV Sports on all platforms. And then you can follow Double Take Sports. That's my media company. And we cover a variety of sports. So be sure to check that out. It's at DBL Take Sports. We have some folks today that are going to be at the University of Maryland women's basketball game. So make sure you check it out at DBL Take Sports.
So dope. That is so dope. Okay. You got a hoodie in black and white?
You said I got a hoodie?
Do you have a Double Take Sports hoodie in black and white?
Yeah.
All right. I'll pull up and purchase.
I'm pretty sure I do. If I don't, just let me know because I could easily make that happen.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure I do.
I bet. All right, cool. That's all right, bet. I'll make it happen then. I'm a black and white type of dude. All right. Hey, anyway, I appreciate y'all for pulling up, tuning in, man. You all are dope. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene by ages. Ayedi Deuces. We are out. Peace.